welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and as you can tell from our pattern right here, we are going to try to make another bag, and we're going off of the same pattern, but we're going to try using different elements of it. So, first thing first, I want to draw this, whoops, cancel, what am I was on the wrong thing. This color, oops, Control C, why is the color, there we go. All right, but I need to change that just a bit because if I don't, we won't be able to copy it. Well, here's the one from yesterday. Okay. So this time around, I am going to try to start with that kind of whatever this shape is in the middle. So, is that right? That's not right. Something's wrong. Oh. I think that's not supposed to be there. I think this. No, that's still not right. There it is. Okay. You can see how often I do these things, right? All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then does that line up? Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's our little shape. Yeah, see, this leaves us all kinds of room on the side. When we put the diamond in the side and then put these beside it, we used up all of the space. So this time around, the goal is we're going to just do these things in the middle instead. And then maybe we have some room for some really cool other stuff. So Control C, Control V. Let's bring this up here. Okay, so the question is, do we leave it though in the same direction or do we flip it? Oh. I think we're going to leave it in the same direction. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I think that's cool. All right, now let's see what we have. Looks like there's room for one more of these. So this goes this way to here, to here, to here. So bam. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's very cool. All right, let's choose from another color. Is this? No, that's black. We need, this will do. This will be like the dark backgroundy color. So, yeah, this outlines this perfectly. Ooh, this actually might work out really, really well. So the template thing here is for 24 strings at the top. The reason for 24 is because that's a nice number for making the kumi loops that will be at the top of the bag, and then we can use a drawstring and it makes it all kinds of cool like that. So that's That's part of this whole thing. And with 24 strings in each loop, 4 of those makes the 96, which makes the right size bag for just carrying, some essentials, kind of like a medicine bag or just carrying your ID and a little bit of cash. So this is working out pretty cool so far. All right. Now, again, you saw yesterday's video, I really only have to concentrate on a small portion of this to make this work. And the question is where? Okay, so let's take a look at this over here. Whoops, that zoomed in, you can't. So this right here is what really kind of intrigues me and kind of what I want to kind of fit into this one. So if we look at this, we could put it right here, kind of. Well, we don't know how it's going to interact when it gets to the middle. If we put it there, and then it'll repeat, no. If we put it here, okay, so there's a lot of variables to this. Because of the fact that it kind of jumps over one, right? And then the fact that this repeats here. Like if we just went straight down with this, which we could do. Do we want to do that? Let's see. There would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There'd be 9 of these. So, ooh, maybe that's what we do. So if we did that, it would go from here to here, and then this one. Well, I think it works anyways. I think we still have to do it. So it's from here to here. All right, let's take a look at the colors. It's this sort of golden color. Is that good? That's good. And let's see, it starts off with what? Off of here. Like that. So it's sort of a... Wait, does it go so far? How far? 1, 2, 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3, and then down. And then 1, 2, 3, and then up. And then to there. And then back. So these are going to connect. And that sort of makes a little diamond in the corner. That's cute. And then how does... So there's not enough room for it to really do the whole thing here. Right? Because this one comes out similarly like that. 1, 2, 3, and then in. And then 1, 2, 3, and then back out. 1, 2, 3 here. And then this can do that. Ooh, wait. Something's wrong. Because we got this little, oh, is that this? Yes, okay. All right, and then so there would be this in the middle here. What else is in the middle? Oh no, it goes the other way. Right. So like there's a little, like a white dot that goes there and a white dot that goes here. And then, whoops. And this comes around it like that. Okay. and that goes that way. That's interesting. Well, that's very interesting. Okay. So that was that way. Hmm. But hang on. There's something. So that went there. What goes? Oh, something has to go in this space. Oh, how does it work over here? So there's like a reverse one of these things where the other one is. So let's go ahead and get this comes out here and back and out and this way and this way and back and smack dab into the center there. Perfect. And then this goes to this, and then this one is this, and this is this, and this is this. So this is sort of all falling into place pretty nicely. Am I doing it right? I have no idea. Is it going to look cool? Absolutely. It's really starting to look cool. So this one, doesn't have room to do much. But if we do a diamond there, imagine, if you will, that diamond gets flipped on the other side. You're going to have like an infinity symbol in between these. That might look really cool. All right, just out of curiosity, let's do a little playing with the whole copy paste thing just to kind of see what we have going on here. Well, wait, let's put the darks in before we do that. I kind of wonder about that spot. Should those be just like a gold dot there? I kind of feel like yes. Like I don't want there to be too much of like a big patch of brown. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Like we have the brown inside of that one, the brown inside of this one. Let's put the gold inside of these. Cause yeah, I think that's just gonna add to it more. So yeah, you're witnessing my Control C. What happens if I flip this? Control V. Is that going to break this side a bit, isn't it? Flip it this way and slide it over. Yeah, it totally breaks these things. We have to fix that. Control Z. Whoops, Control Z. Actually, I know what we can do. We can, instead of grabbing that area, we'll just grab this. Control C, Control V, do the flip tool. Haha. And that way we don't have to rebuild all these things that make me insane. And we can figure out what was supposed to be over here. So we need the paint tool again, and these little things here are all white. And then this little bump outs here are all brown. Yeah, this is way easier this way. Okay, and then these go this way. Okay, so that was much, much easier. Because sorting out these S-shaped things drive me insane. Okay. All right, so now what I wanted to see was Control C, Control V. Mind you, I'm going to have to still do all of this again after I get the underlying strings in there. So, but this is about seeing what this middle does. Yeah, that's not, I'm not hating it. It's a little bit on the busy side. It's like I could kind of connect some of the dark browns in here differently to make it so that way it's less. I don't know if I want to do that though. And if I did, where would I do it? So this came up over this way. And then back down and in. Like if I, it's funny. All right, let me grab the paint bucket again. See, like if I change that, right, that and that, it changes the look entirely, right? So I mean, there's, and you know, and there's so many places in here I could do it. I could do it here. See how much of a difference that makes? It's, yeah, there's a, it's, so let's see. There's a lot of let's see, right? Um, Control C, Control V, flip tool horizontally. But the S's are flipped, so we need to also go this way. Look at that. That's so painless. I love it. And anchor it. So let's see what it looks like in the middle here. That was the other part where I was. So yeah, the middle does the same thing that the top did. And that means it's the same at the bottom as well. So this is good. This is very good. This is very good. All right. So now the trick is I need to put in the strings to make sure that this whole thing works. I'm sure it does. I'm not sure how much I need to do though, because these things aren't symmetrical. That's not nice. All right, I think I have to do at least this middle area and this area over here. This is, yeah, this is going to be a bit more work. So I'm pretty sure both of these are the whites that do this. I assume that just bounces back. Yeah. So yeah, I am obviously trying very, very hard to take a very minimalistic approach to the designing process and trying to speed this along. But obviously, whoops, that um, doesn't always work out, especially when you have something like this that is not symmetrical. Yesterday's, despite working off of the same pattern, we had the diamonds running down the middle, and that sort of made this whole thing a whole lot easier. Um, Today, one little change, and you can see all that we did changes dramatically. Oops. So these particular white ones, they're getting used an awful lot. Like if you can see, like I'm just following one string down and like what is its path, and it gets used an awful lot. Mind you, it does cross over other white ones, so you could use like a left right knot or a right left knot to be able to change that up. And yeah, that would work. Because these ones don't get used nearly as often. Do, 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 do. Nice. So yeah, this is not difficult as far as tracing its directions. It's pretty obvious. Yep. So that was this one. Now we just have this one. So I don't know what string is going to be here. I'm going to guess it could be a gold. I don't know. Because we know that the strings, for the most part, every time we've done one of these designs, they alternate between that background color and the whatever these light colors are. All right. So the first part of that was pretty easy. Ah, it stops being easy. All right. I'm halfway tempted in just doing this whole section between all of this, just because it, not because it'd be easier, it's not, but it does mean I'm less likely to make a mistake. Because you know, I want these to turn out nice. And again, I'm just following one string along, and it doesn't change direction much. Doesn't have to. That's the thing about a bag like this, is it's kind of this illusion that everything is super complicated when it's kind of really not. Okay. Just kind of follow it along. And again, this is, you know, I just picked whatever looked easiest at the moment. And yeah, following its path. when I get to the edges, it bounces because there would be a string just like it coming from the other side, like right here. Well, when it gets down here. When it gets down here, there'll be a string just like it coming from the other direction. So when I copy this, this will just flip. Neat. And doing this kind of, yes, this is taking longer than just doing 1/4 of it. But there's so much kind of going on. I kind of really want to avoid making any mistakes. And by tracing one along and just not trying to like fill in massive areas, I'm able to look at this and determine that yes, this in fact works out just fine. It covers all the spaces. There's no place where, like, see, like this has two browns coming into one point. That means this can only be a brown. If for some strange odd reason this had to be the tan color, I would know that there's a problem, like there's something absolutely wrong with this. And so that's what I'm looking for, is cases of where you have a color that you're expecting and then no possible way of actually having that color actually be there. Because you can't just necessarily have on a standard, the regular bracelets, you can't just get a color anywhere you want to. It has to sort of follow along. The string has to be there at that moment to create the knot in that color. And yeah, this is how we find out if it works. There. There's just such a teeny little piece at the edge there. That's so funny. It makes life difficult. So, yeah, I don't know how soon I can get to making these bags. Obviously, each bag is going to take a while, especially if I'm only doing them on my live streams like I plan to. So, yeah, I don't know when this will actually get produced. So there's just going to be, I suspect, a bunch of these tutorials sitting waiting to be done. And yeah. I was telling Mandy earlier, like, honestly, my plan is to make patterns for 10 bags. So this week and next week, there will be more of these. And some of these get, well, at least the plan is some of these will get really intense. Is that the middle line? Yes. Some of these will get really, really intense. And like, and what I mean by intense, like they're just going to be bigger. I want to make some of these like to actually fit a phone. So those will certainly take even longer still. So I honestly expect that this series of tutorials might last all the way through next year. Like me honestly working on them, on the projects themselves, all the way through next year. And I'm okay with that. That's fine. You know, the only time that would be a problem is if somehow along the line next year I find something even more amazing and, a new trend or something happening. And then I want to work on those instead. And with the whole ADHD thing, that is a remote possibility. But I will have all the strings for this. And yeah, I kind of think this will be fun. So that was this one. This is the counterpart. Yeah, there's one string over here that I have a feeling can be any color it wants. Let's see. So I don't know if you've noticed, like in the video, I don't fill in this whole little side over here, but when it comes to the templates over on my webpage, they're all filled in because I think it makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to figure out, because essentially what this is supposed to be is this is the continuation. It's just basically the other side of one of these, and kind of indicate that there are, in fact, 4 of them. So yeah. So this one, then this one. Interesting. Yeah, we're almost all the way through the browns now, which is cool. Kind of wish there was a faster way of doing this, but at the same time, it's sort of a slow, interesting, methodical little thing that happens, and kind of relaxing. Not quite as relaxing as actually making the stuff. Although I'm not sure with something as complicated as this, how relaxed I will be about it. Because I suspect that for this one, I might actually have to look at the pattern an awful lot. Is that bad? Not really. But it does change some of the dynamics. And it slows things down for sure. Like if I can just sort of memorize a thing and just kind of go at it without a thought, I'm pretty quick. But if I have to look and see which direction the thing goes next, yeah, that takes a whole lot longer. Yeah, see, I see big swatches in here where that haven't been hit yet. Maybe that's the next one. We'll see. Maybe it's this one. Right, because we have them. This is the last one. So hopefully this covers whatever is left. Otherwise, we might have a problem. No, it seems goes. Wait, I just lost where I was when I scrolled. There it goes. Ah. All right. Yeah, that connected all the browns. So that's good. That's real good. All right. Well, we know for a fact that that's gold. Oh yeah, this other one is a gold. That's how you get the well, this coming across. No, you need it for this right here. Yeah. Oops. Hit the little black line there and didn't mean to. So yeah, the golds only go in so far. Right, like up to the silver, and that's it. So that makes it sort of easy. So yeah, this one has to be gold because it needs to be right here for this knot. And see, like that was what I was talking about. The things that I'm looking for when it comes to this is those little segments. Like, you know, could this have been another color? No, because you needed it right here. It can't be this dark brown, you know. So yeah, it had to be that gold. So yeah, all the way through to the silvers. So yeah, this is not too bad. All right. How many more? There's like 2 more strands of this. Yeah, so this is pretty much proving the fact that this pattern in fact works, which I suspected it would. I didn't think we did anything too crazy that was gonna fail, but it's nice to kind of double check your work and make sure that everything is, you know, 100% gonna do what it's supposed to do. That's funny. I changed that one, so I have to fix this one. Oops. It was like I came up to the lines instead. It's so funny. Oh, look at this. We missed a dark one. We missed a light one over here. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Okay. So, to save a little bit of time, we can do this. This little chunk. Control C, Control V, horizontal. Move it over here. Right. Anchor it. See, and well, all we have is the little bit that's right here. So we save ourselves a little bit of time here and there, but kind of wasted a little bit of time just to try to get the overall look and see what we thought about the overall pattern. But I think that was kind of necessary just to make sure that I had it kind of dialed in before we started going to all this extra trouble, because we might have actually have changed a bunch if we didn't like it. Okay, Control C, Control V. And anchor. Right, yep, everything's going the same directions. That's good. Control C, Control V. Flip that away and that away. So both horizontal and vertical, because it's all lined up, and anchor. So there's our pattern. It's really interesting. I think that as far as a bag goes, I think this is going to look really, really cool. Because remember, the pattern just keeps kind of going around in a circle. So you only get to see some of this at a time, right? But the fact that it kind of just flows around and that there's, there's a lot of things kind of going on with it. I really think this is a good one, guys. So I look forward to making it. Um, yeah, so before we go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters for making this possible. I also want to thank you for watching this far into it. Like, this is, a little bit of a long video here. So thank you. Be sure to leave a like, maybe leave a comment if you have any thoughts on this. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.